And in this video, I'm going to explain the pros and cons and how you can be more sure about whether El Salvador is the right fit for you. Hello, I am Jenny Ari, La Gringa Salvadoreña. And over the last 3 years, my husband is Cesar and I have helped many people immigrate here to El Salvador, find homes or build their own home, connect them with people that they can trust, because that's one thing you need to understand about El Salvador is the culture. If you go to a new country, you have to understand they don't think like you. You are going into somebody else's house. You don't go into somebody else's house and tell them, oh, this is wrong. You need to put this there. This couch is terrible. You need to change this and this and this. When you are coming into a new country, you don't go up and clean house. You are the guest. And you have to learn the cultures and customs and the things that you thought, well, doesn't everybody do it this way? No. And if you go in with the very entitled kind of mindset of how things should be, you might crash and burn. One of the very first things you need to understand about El Salvador is that as beautiful and wonderful as it is now, it's because it's gone through a really tumultuous history. And the people and the culture are a derivative of that history. And so you need to be very understanding of where the culture is at right now. Because you can't go from the, murder, corruption capital of the Western Hemisphere to the most honest, anti-corruption, safest country in the whole Western Hemisphere overnight. I mean, yeah, you can put the bad guys in jail and make it super safe. But the change in mentality of the culture takes a bit longer to shift to it's not every man for himself. But that integrity is the most important thing. Dependability is the most important thing. And looking out for each other is one of the core basic building blocks of a highly functional society. And El Salvador is on that route, and it's getting there. And hopefully you'd like to help it get there even more. But that also means there are many scammers, and there are many people that will see you as a foreigner and say, hey, how can I juice this foreigner for all they're worth? Sometimes we call it around here the gringo tax. Because you're a gringo, you pay double, what a Salvadorian pays. And because of that, you need to know or have some good contacts that you can trust once you get here. With any boom in any industry, there's always people that are going to try and take advantage. It's just how it is. The other thing that you need to understand about El Salvador, it is a much more traditional and conservative type of country in that the roles are typically more defined. Like the women down here wear a lot more skirts and dresses. Also, the priorities of the society are God and faith and humility are really important. And next comes your family and taking care of your family and having fun with your family. Sunday evenings, don't plan anything because nobody's going to come because everybody is at the family party Sunday evenings. And they have a lot of pride in their country and in their football teams. Those are the two probably highest priority of pride. I've seen some people switch religions and they're like, okay, guy, you do you. But then they try and switch their football teams. Woo, you're getting disowned. The third big thing you need to understand about El Salvador, those core values don't really jive with your own. You may need to think twice or come for a long visit before you know for sure if this is for you. Because, we have had clients that have moved here, tried it out, and it didn't jive with them. And so they moved back to Europe. And after that happened to that client, we thought, I wish there was a way that we could help people kind of try things out for themselves, kind of like a try before you buy kind of a thing. So that when our clients come, they're not coming blind and they're not coming with a high risk factor, but they can come with a lot more assurance and a higher probability of success. So we put together these investigative tours. we sat down, we said, okay, what are all the things that if you're coming to El Salvador that you need to have or you wish you had for the best transition? One is trusted professionals. Two is a lay of the land and how the shopping works, how to get things here, and a knowledge of the medical system. What happens if you get sick down here? How to manage your finances from a foreign country with totally different banks and totally different shopping centers than what you're used to. So Living Like a Local has put together kind of we call it an investigative tour. I've put together these investigative tours for businesses, families, digital nomads, or even retirees. I will take you around to various parts of El Salvador, do different activities of the culture so you know what that's like. And more than anything else, every night we will have presentations by our trusted partners that we have personally used, how life works here. One night it's medical night, and the next night it's buy or build night, where I have our realtor and our construction partner. They have passed my 4 checkpoint checklist. That means 1, they speak English fluently, because even though if you come here, you need to learn Spanish. But when you're dealing with health and with buying properties and building with big ticket items, you don't want anything lost in translation. 2, they are Salvadorian owned and operated. Because this is about raising El Salvador, not just about coming and shipping all the profits back out. 3, all of our partners, I have tested them out myself, or our clients have used them and had wonderful experiences, and they are known for being dependable, honest, and on time, which is kind of a rarity here. And the last one, the one that's really kind of narrowed the field a lot, is all of our partners have a social responsibility, or in other words, they are actively giving back to the least of the Salvadorans. That means they actively have a charitable arm where they are trying to lift the country too. And the business just isn't all about the money. Part of that, moving the culture forward, because the most important transformation that's happening is the transformation in the culture to take care of one another instead of fight with each other. I'm a firm believer that ignorance fuels fear and education fuels faith and hope, and that you're making the right decision. So if you're interested in getting a tour and doing an investigative tour for your company or for your family or just for yourself, go to Living Like a Local under services. It has Explore El Salvador and all of our different options. And maybe you don't have the time to do a tour, or you don't need a tour because you already know you love this place. And you just need prep and help getting ready for the move. Look for my ebook that should be coming out in the next couple of weeks that kind of gives a little bit of a countdown to how to prepare for the move emotionally, financially, and physically, pre getting here and then post getting here, and then a few months post getting here to help you in your transition. My last counsel about whether El Salvador is right for you is make sure if you're coming here to give more than take. El Salvador will give you financial freedom. It will give you freedom of speech. It will give you opportunities to grow and expand and become a better person, because El Salvador probably needs you as much as you need it. I am Jenny Ari, La Gringa Salvadoreña, shining my light so you can shine yours. Check the links below for more information.